My dear Platinum subscribers, welcome to this new edition for February for the price trajectory, the Astro-based one. So again, it is an energy snapshot for February, and I want to walk you through on how this looks like for Bitcoin this month, and I will share the screen for that. So let's dive into details. First of all, I would like to say that this is the price trajectory document that you get in PDF format, and welcome to the new members. I really recommend you to go through the introduction as well if you are not familiar with it. I give also analogies with TA if you are coming from that background with technical analysis and how you can interpret it, and I do have also a link to an introductory video, and I think it's worthwhile to take the time to go through it because this will answer some questions. Of course, it's not perfect. I also outline here in the introduction the point in time when it will not really go according to plan. We have weekends, we have bank holidays, and we have stationary planets. So some things are really connected to how the markets are really open or closed, but also to what happens in the sky in terms of the astrological accuracy. So without further ado, I would like to go into the energy of this month, and it is very important to look at it as a complementary, so to speak, material to the monthly forecast that I have based on aspects, and you have each day, you know, the financial calendar with the weather if you prefer that, and since you are in the platinum tier, you have also the other alternative with the market to altcoin head-to-head comparison, so to speak, including with BTC, with all the bullish aspects and the aspects during the day and the fires. So it depends. Whatever you see, that would be a very detailed view, and this is more a sort of an average, you know, when the energy is concentrated each day, because there are millions of price points, actually, maybe even billions in a day that could be really tracked, and maybe they are tracked. Therefore, I would like to say that the beginning of the month, it has this February 6th aspect, which is a sextile from Rahu towards the natal position of Jupiter in Bitcoin, which is good, and it points usually to an increase of the market cap. It could be also an increase in price only, but usually this is more, and it will go in the market cap arena. Again, this is a long-term aspect, so it won't be really only on February 6th, but it can show the tendency in Q1 and especially Q2 2025. So this is a positive influence. A more negative is the second part of the month, at least in terms of the long-term aspects, because we do have a long-term aspect from Saturn, which is really towards the BTC Uranus position, and it's not good. It is exact on February 17th. So it could be that after this peak on the 6th or around the 6th, we will get a sort of slowdown because of this influence. Again, this is also a very long-term influence for the next month, actually. And this is really the longest term, and it is a Pluto conjunct Mercury position in the BTC natal chart. It's a very rare position, it's high intensity, and it is like a very slow, it's very subtle, you don't really feel it. So I wouldn't say that it would be a dump at that time, unless we have also at the day level, you know, a lot of red. If you see that, then yes, it could really come up with a temporary dump that is pretty significant around the day. But the thing is that it will be a sort of slowdown for the whole year even. Pluto would influence for the whole year, the whole thing. Now, is this really a disaster? I wouldn't say that it is a disaster, because we do have also other positive influences, but it will be a slowdown. So it will decrease the capacity of increasing of other astrological influences. So it's like if you have 3-4 targets that are likely for Bitcoin, it's better to go more conservatively about it, especially in the first part of the year because of this aspect. And the aspect repeats because Pluto is retrograde. Just a word warning for that. But usually the first aspect would really give us a flavor of what happens. Again, it's very subtle. We can only, feel diminishing growth and not necessarily a big dump. But now let's look at the energy, so to speak. This is based on my point system that I have for each and every influence, even for the moon, and it's a sort of quantification of the major aspects that really happen for Bitcoin each and every day. And it is like all of them would really be concentrated, to one point in a day. As we know, it's not really the case. Therefore, it gives you a sort of moving average. Therefore, I really said it will be like this. So in the beginning, we can see around the second. This could be also the first or the second, a sort of drop. It doesn't need to be necessarily to the day. Sometimes you see 2 days of lag, 2 days in advance that it could happen. But in any case, from the beginning of February, we will get some sort of, correction, I would say, in the first days, and then it will go up because of this long-term aspect, and you see it will reach points like 86, 88, so this is pretty strong energy. But then we will have also a decrease from the 7th onwards or 8th, so again, it doesn't really have to be to the day, but after this peak we will have a correction towards the mid of the month, and it will be in the middle at the 66 as a value, so to speak. That would be a point of being stable. I don't say, and then it will go again to 86. So it could be that this 86, 88, and here you see 86. So it's around the same values. And even if we do have these negative influences that are long term, we have many positive influences at the end of February. Therefore, you see 98 and even 104. So it would go to peaks, in my opinion, but this is based on the temporary moon aspects. Of course, all of them are listed in the BTC hour by hour product if you are really interested to that level of detail. But this is what I have for February. So I don't see the end of it so dangerous, but it is important to have in mind that from the 17th onwards, we do have these long-term aspects that would diminish growth, and it will also bring some kind of correction in the market, probably maybe this, but it won't be such a big one at the end of February, as you see 23rd and 24th look in terms of energy that they are lower than the days nearby. And yes, after the end of February, we will have a sort of decrease exactly at the end. It will be a small correction that we would get. This is how we see the trajectory. So end of February is still very strong based on the moon-related aspects. More, of course, about the volume and what will happen at that time. I highly recommend to check with TA because right now we don't know what would be the flow of money, but then we will have interesting news. Like I said, in the end of February in the monthly forecast, we might expect changes of regulatory nature that would really drive the price up, as we see based on temporary planetary energy. Now, this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you for your attention, and in case of questions, let me know. Feel free to comment on the entry, and until next time, I wish you all the best.